Of course, we're down here first. Let's just check that nothing changed in here, because something may have changed. Yep, now we have Roland. Instead of... Oh, wait, that's not Roland, is it? It's a projected image of Roland.
Let me introduce myself. I am Roland, the new ruler of Ramazith's Tower. All deals and sales made under previous ownership will be honored. I hope you enjoy this curated selection of goods for all your magical needs.
Pull a face at the projection. What is pulling a face? I'm gonna do it.
I didn't quite catch that. What did you say?
Right. I'd like to buy something.
Take your time.
It's mostly the same thing, isn't it? I haven't looked at the spells. Remember how I said that it's all spells that we have, or we have access to? I don't think it is. I think there are spells that are basically you need to learn outside of the level up process, which would make sense. You don't have access to all the most powerful spells just by leveling up. But also, all of these spells are familiar to me, so I don't think we have anything special here.
Thank you for visiting Sorceress Sundries.
That's not what should happen to you. You disappear. Let's, however, just make sure we have given... Can I please? Would that work for you? Thank you, thank you. Given everything to Gale. Yeah, he's learned everything. There's another thing also that I didn't do, which was... Gale said there's a bookseller, and we should talk to them to see if about the book he wanted, but I didn't see a bookseller. Was Kappa here?
My advice? Cobble together what you can from what's left and wait for this all to blow over.
I think she was. Also, I forgot to bring the rest of the team in. They're coming in. Alright, let's go upstairs because I want to say hi to Roland. Is that different? It is different this time. Cool. Let's say hi to Roland. Because we should also have his mates around. We do! It's Leah.
Heard you put that prick, Leroican, in the ground. Good. Only sad I couldn't help. Thank you. For having Roland's back. You just can't stop saving us, can you?
Lucky you. But it's true. I can't do that. What is... Trident water... Oh, I didn't loot things properly. The Myrmidons had things. Air Myrmidon flail... Wait, what? Did they actually? These are special weapons.
No traps, please.
I find it weird that It's a Fire Myrmidon's Burning Scimitar. It doesn't actually add fire. Huh. Yeah, I find it weird that yeah, Roland is there. That I didn't loot that. Cal.
Have you seen this place? It's incredible. And this is our house now. I think it goes without saying that you have a room here. Anytime.
Thank you. Although I'm not sure where that room would be. Roland, you love sitting there, don't you?
I knew Leroican amassed knowledge like a dragon with its hoard, but never could I have imagined such wealth. And the tower itself has a cannon. The sheer power is mind-boggling.
Yeah, the cannon. That could be useful, actually. I fired it, but then I reloaded. I don't know where it's aiming.
Indeed. I must still figure out its intricacies, but I am close.
All right. I'm glad to hear that. What are you going to do with the knowledge you've discovered?
Study and catalogue it. Leroican barely knew his alphabet. Then share it with the realms. After all, it does little good collecting dust in an old tower.
It's very commendable of you. I'll let you study in peace. All right. So, let's go... Basilisk Gate. We have so many things to do. We're gonna focus on what we're doing right now, but we definitely need to go back to Rivington because I'm pretty sure there are things in Rivington that we haven't finished. But I don't know where these are aiming, so I'll just go through the portal. And then from here we can, yeah, Stormshore Tabernacle. We have that. That's the one. And we keep a pulse on, you know, what's going on here. People discussing the same things they've always been discussing. There's the strange beggar lumber that is like a zombie as far as I can tell. And here's the tabernacle with a person that I haven't killed before, which, or I did, but did I?
Mistress light. It's been some time since I stood before her in a place like this.
Oh, right there. Yeah, she's shining. Yeah, did you see that, Vicar? This, it's, I think it's possessed. I think that's what's going on. I'm gonna do it myself, though, instead of him. See if that is better.
There she stands, just as Elminster promised. Mystra, goddess of the weave, mother of all magic.
The old man wasn't lying. She's opened the summoning channel. Can't you feel it?
Gale's right. The very air around the statue crackles with magic. It sets your teeth on edge.
A stream of pure, undiluted weave. I only have to reach out, and it will carry me to Mystra, wherever she may be.
Well? Are you composing a poem in your head or some such?
Time was, I'd have given my right arm for a chance to speak with Mystra again. The left one, too. Maybe a knee.
You don't owe her so much as a fingernail. She asked you to blow yourself up.
Not the message one hopes to receive from a past lover. But her first love was always the weave. At best, I was a close second. When I pictured this moment, I thought I'd feel more in control. Yet, here I am, with palms sweatier than a bugbear's armpit. I always wonder what being nervous would feel like. I hate it.
Why do you care what she thinks of you?
For a wizard, to have the love of the goddess of magic herself, it was intoxicating. An experience beyond expression. During my time locked away in Waterdeep, I prepared a quite comprehensive speech for her on the subject of our former relationship and the manner in which it ended. Alas, recent events have rendered the majority of it moot, so I'm gonna have to improvise. Unless you have any words of wisdom to impart before I go.
I do. It's interesting because his relationship with her is so possessive. So, maybe possessive is not the word. Objectifying. That's why I'm saying, like, his relationship with her, it isn't a normal romance. It's like he only wants her for her magic. Which, I mean, makes sense considering she is the goddess of magic and all. Make her squirm, Gale. Tell her the crown will be ours soon enough.
It's one thing for us to actually pursue the crown. I'm not entirely sure I want to threaten Mystra with the prospect on her own turf, so to speak. I think it's best I keep a cool head going into this. Approach it like a particularly high-risk round of 3 Dragon Ante. I'll let Mystra show her flight, and then I can see how strong a chance we stand of winning the gambit. I'll only be gone for a matter of moments. The Outer Planes experience time quite differently to our own. Wait for me. Please.
Gale of Waterdeep. You look well.
As do you. But I assume we're not here solely to exchange compliments. So why am I here?
You discovered what lies at the heart of the Absolute, the crown of Karsus. And you disobeyed my instruction. Why?
Because you had no right to ask that of me. You cast me out. Remember,
You were my lover, my chosen. Yet still you know so little of me. The past cannot be undone with self-pity, nor can a future be forged. Only with the truth will you see the way ahead. The fragment of magic you tried to return to me was not of my creation. It was the Karsite Weave. It is a corrupted, half-born magic, wrought in the brief moment Karsus ascended to godhood. It hungers for power, just as he did, and it can never be sated. You unleashed something that would consume all magic in existence, and yet you thought only of preserving yourself.
So that's what you're scared of. With the crown of Karsus reforged, I could take control of the Karsite Weave.
You can no more control the Karsite Weave than a weather vane could control a storm. That it entered your body and consumed no more than your powers was a miracle. But we will not be granted another. The only reason the orb sleeps is because I have allowed it to feed on the true weave. A temporary measure, but one that will not be enough to save us. With each day that passes, the Elder Brain threatens to become a new kind of god. Its worshippers, a scourge of soulless illithids. If you will not use the orb to end this abomination, then you must find a way to separate crown and host. When you've done this, you must surrender the crown of Karsus to me.
A great ask indeed. You've given me much to think on, as you always did.
So be it. Follow the needle of your own wisdom. We shall see how truly it leads you.
Everybody wants the crown. Everybody. That just that's good for a role-playing game, evidently, but it also just solidifies the fact that it is a powerful thing. And while it isn't going to be easy, I think Gale has the right of it. I think the Karsite Weave can be tamed. I think he's right.
The Karsite Weave? I had no idea. Do you realize what this means? The orb is no stray piece of ordinary magic. It is something entirely different. The nascent form of a new divine power. Of course, I couldn't control it. I was mortal. But once I reforge the crown, the power of a god will be mine to command. The orb will answer to me.
Ooh, that's interesting. To think of the weave as evil. I mean, it is evil. It is evil in as far as undue power is evil. And undue power is evil, so the weave is evil. It doesn't mean it can't be used for good, but it is still undue power. But then the gods are all evil anyway, you know, because they have undue power. They, not to say that they can't use that for good, but but for it to be evil here, it may be capital E evil in like Dungeons and Dragons kind of evil. Do you know what I mean? What do you think, Gale?
Evil is a reductive term. Too often used to dismiss choices the observer lacks the imagination to understand. Let me assure you, Karsite Weave has no more inherent evil to it than a child in the womb, or an axe half forged on the blacksmith's anvil. It is a tool, ready to be shaped by its wielder, by me. And you know me to be someone of reasonably sound moral judgment, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, usually. But are you forgetting how you came into possession of the Karsite Weave in the first place? Your good intentions could have detonated it.
But they didn't. I always thought it was a miracle that I survived, but I'm starting to wonder if there was more to it. What if it chose me?
Well, I don't know. Until recently, it was actively trying to kill you. I doubt it cares whose body it's in.
I don't think you're quite seeing what I'm seeing. Think about it. The crown of Karsus, the Netherstones, the Karsite Weave. No more than a tadpole's breadth from being reunited. This is my chance to get back everything that was taken from me. Everything Mystra denied me. And once I have it, I can forge a better world. Be a better god. I want you to help me.
All right, I'm helping you, but Astarion is becoming a bigger vampire as well. I don't give a fuck. I'm helping you. I'm right beside you. Time to make you a god. Let's go.
Well then, what more is there to discuss? All we need to do is stay focused on the task at hand. Defeating that Elder Brain. After that, you can leave the rest to me.
We'll see. You know, I just need to accept that some other people have agency. It's not just me. It's not just my decision. You want to do it? You do it, Gale. I'll do it. I'll do it with you. We'll do it together. And I'm sure everybody wants to say something about that. Jaheira, do you?
Far from me to judge Gale for playing coy with Mystra. But I will not be cleaning up whatever mess she makes of him for it.
No, it's fine. There's spells for that, I think.
Wow. So that was Mystra. Pretty spectacular stuff. But I think Gale was right not to agree to do her bidding, no questions asked. I respect the gods, but they don't always understand what they're asking of us. Maybe immortality makes it hard to know what it's like to be one of us piggies.
Yeah.
Proud of Gale, though. It takes some man to hold his own in front of the divine.
Nah, he didn't hold his own that well. He just sort of flopped it a little. Because, you know, he just was like, you make some very good points. Bye. That's mostly what he said.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
I wonder if I can paint his clothes in a different color. Because he looks very understated. Vicar.
Welcome back, child of faith. You have come far, I perceive. How may I serve you this day?
I think you are good to be there because he didn't notice that Mystra was doing her whole Mystranian thing. All right, so that is the High Harper, of course. That's why we have Jaheira. I keep forgetting. I do keep forgetting. We need to go to... I actually don't know where we need to go. Is that in the sewers or something? It is the manhole. Oh my god. We haven't gone to the sewer. We have a lot of things to do in the sewers. Investigate the murders. Wait. Why is it there? Was there a sewer location there? Let's find. Let's go there and check. Oh. Oh, I can't believe this. You see what I'm seeing? I cannot believe this. Okay, let's go inside. I don't know if you saw what I'm seeing, but I saw what I'm seeing. Let's go. Was there anything here? No. Okay. The roof. That's the one.
There goes nothing.
Okay. Oh, maybe Alfira is not here anymore. No, she is. Oh, and Lacrissa is here as well. Hey!
Ah, you found my hiding spot. Not a word to Alan. He doesn't believe in things like breaks. Or eating.
Lacrissa, I'd be more than happy to help you out at work. I could...
No, focus on your music. Besides, I'll be living a life of luxury when your school takes off.
You two are very cute together. That is very true.
Right? I keep telling her that.
Lacrissa!
All right. The hero and I will stop teasing. For now.
The hero.
I'll never get tired of this view.
Same here.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Either way, oh, they're talking about things, rich assholes and things. All right, so yeah, do you see what I'm seeing? Those curtains. For one, we may be able to get in from above, but I think more importantly, we may be able to jump in there.
Marching.
And that is wild. Not enough space. Because the marker is there, right?
Not as bad as it could have.
Let's get this. See what I'm saying? It says not enough space. So maybe it isn't possible.
Making me sweat.
I'll just send Cadillac in. It was a good idea. It was a good idea, but I don't think it is possible. Oh, there's fruit over here. And a scroll charm person. Goes to naked Gale there. Nice. And a wand as well? Okay, the wand... I actually don't know. Why is there a wand here? A wand of birch driftwood. Its shallow worm dug grooves filled with gold. But it's not magic. That's curious. Yeah, the fruit just doesn't need to be here. Oh, what a shame. What a shame. Anyway, let's get downstairs. I am a little bit of a silly person. Speaking of loss, a self-help book explaining that true happiness begins with a tidy house and well-polished floorboards. Yep.
Here we go.
Candle Hallows tombstones.
And I have the keys for that. The Tombstone Shop. That's how you get in here. We may actually be able to get out from where I was looking. We got some umber... Yeah, we got amazing looking new things.
This tombstone still bears the dust from its recent engraving. Vari Vanthampur. Unwanted in life, welcomed in death.
I also have a book here called The Superior Durability of Hardwood. That's what makes it hardwood. Old Valrose's deluxe hardwood coffins will preserve the corpses from rats and many things. Yep. Hardwood is just, it's literally wood that is hard. It's, I think perennial trees have harder wood in general, but it's not always like that. Evergreens tend to have softer wood.
Your name here. Plan ahead so distant relatives don't do it for you.
That's funny. That's good. Good effective advertisement. What do we have? A table, tombstone. I'm not fully sure what we're doing here, but we'll figure it out once we see it. Ooh, we got some lovely looking cheese and fire wine. And an animal carcass. It is quite heavy. I'll put it on the floor. Can't see. Not enough space. Let it be. So there's no upper floor. There's a butterfly on skull thing. Oh, come on. You guys can pull this off, right? What are we talking about?
Something over there.
Oh, well, apparently nothing, because I was going to take that anyway. Because if you want to make money, you can pick that up. I can't reach it? The game needs to figure it out. Oh, it actually may have broken. No, it didn't break. There we go. Butterfly on skull. There's a button. I think it's the door. Was the door there before? I don't think it was. Okay. Pick that lock. We got one guidance. It's a relatively difficult lock, but nothing too problematic. Only 15. We have some arrows, some money. People are out of order? Not really. I mean, sort of. Doesn't matter. And we have keeping up with something. What about this wooden desk? Nothing. There's also seekers here. If you seek the tribunal, let death be your guide, for what is behind death but murder. Right. This is the ballist murder cult. So we're doing the right thing. We're in the right place. Keeping up appearances. Or potentially keeping appearances up. I ask you. Clerk Dravage from the management. Remember, you are in the business of making Candula tombstones look like a genuine retail establishment. Keep all the prices about half again. Too high, so you don't sell very much inventory. Think of the shop as a stage set rather than an actual going concern. Evidence. It is evidence.
The locked door has red text on it reading, "All are weighted, all are embraced. None shall escape."
That text is vaguely familiar. I'm going to try to recall its historical source. Man, all of the history checks are so difficult. I think it's because they tell you stuff that the game is going to tell you in advance. So for them to preserve sort of the pacing of the storyline, they just make them difficult, so most characters don't succeed at this. Like me. But at the same time, it sort of renders all history checks useless because they're plot related. So on a new play, you may get some other bonuses, I suppose, like an easier check elsewhere, or maybe a different dialogue line, depending.
The phrase sounds familiar, but you can't quite recall where you heard it.
Can I, Colonel RPG? All are awaited, all are embraced, none shall escape. That's Jurgle, right? That's like death situation. Speak the passphrase, Sicarius. The catchphrase that only Gilladel actually figured out because the text that we read it on was the meter was offensive to my sensibilities, so I couldn't understand it. But we're down here now, still not doing the stuff in Rivington that may or may not exist. In fact, we could just look. We haven't looked at our quests a whole lot. We have Find Mall. We have Cazador's Palace. Vanra over here. At Basilisk Gate, we met a distraught Laura. She claimed her daughter Vanra is missing and that she vanished. Oh yeah, we need to go to the Blushing Mermaid. And yeah, there's some things. We'll get to them. So where are we? The Ballist Crypt, it says over there. Well, that's where we are. I figured it would be. Do I have my torch out? I do. And the game auto-saved as well. It wasn't me saving. There's a metal shield here. And a parchment.
Flaming fists this way.
That's a funny joke. That's a funny joke. It's basically, if you're a flaming fist, throw yourself off this ledge, I think. And the metal shield is just nothing. Right? I don't know. It looks like we can go down there. It looks like perhaps we should. Dang it. Will I not be able to see? Oh, step out of the fire.
Trap. Be cautious.
I can deal with that. I think it was just a trap that we didn't see. It may be because it's in darkness. But for us to see that, it must be something else, right? Okay, not too bad. But it keeps going. I think we're about to spend quite a few hours underground by the looks of things, because this is a detour from the other sewers. And now we're basically in the sewers again. Which is a place we spend also quite a lot of time in Baldur's Gate 1. Because the sewers are enormous. There's not as many sewer areas as there are overground areas in Baldur's Gate 1, but near enough. I think there's like 7 overground areas in Baldur's Gate, and there's 5 sewer areas. It's like a central area that connects 3 different areas, and then everything else is unique. There's some skulls here. What's that all about? This one has the ball symbol. In fact, that's the logo of Baldur's Gate 1, is basically a skull with those sort of blood tears around, or blood comets.
There's something engraved on this skull. Living, a torment of sorrow and strife.
What about this one?
It's a poem. It continues, is a burden to great and to small.
Huh.
We faithful cure mortals of burdensome life and present it to Death Father Baal. Verse by Invoker Grimlark.
Grimlark. I do not know that person. I think it's a new person. The Tribunal Antechamber. Let's go. This is really spooky, actually. So this is meant for murderers to voice the passcode to a door, and then they go in and there's nobody behind the door. There's just these creepy urns and a thing that says Flaming Fist this way, and it just explodes them. But not really, because this is not supposed to, the Flaming Fists are not supposed to be here. And then there's a couple of people, or 3 people here, called That Which Guards, Lurks, and Watches.
Present me well from gifts thine own, or I shall rend thy flesh from bone.
Oh yeah, I didn't bring them because of the. Actually, that's a good point. Should I have brought them? I shouldn't. I'm not gonna give you Dribble's things. How about I don't know. Just whatever. Stand aside.
To passions brash, thou art a slave. This sinful ground shall be thy grave.
Just because you roll your R's doesn't mean you pose a threat to me.